Archaeologists believe they've unearthed Jesus' childhood home. The British archaeologist claims to have excavated the childhood home of Jesus Christ under an Israeli monastery. Ken Dark, a professor of archaeology and history at the Reading University, says he has a strong case after 14 years of fieldwork in Nazareth of Israel. And according to the Times, Professor Dark believes that some researchers dismissed the identification of ruins beneath the Sisters of Nazareth convent as the home of Jesus' foster father Joseph too fast. Expert claims his study has confirmed that the monastery was built on top of a first-century house believed to be the house of Jesus. He believes Jesus grew up with Mary and Joseph here from the claims that was rejected in the 1930s. And since the home was built into a limestone hillside and contained parts of a natural cave, many features have survived. Professor Dark began his study at the site in 2006, describing it as nearly forgotten by historians. In 2015, he published a paper based on his first discoveries, claiming that the site was Jesus' childhood home. New research has now dated the location back to the 1st century, supporting his claims. He says that the style of the house suggests it belonged to Joseph in his book, The Sisters of Nazareth Convent. A Roman period Byzantine and Crusader site in central Nazareth. Joseph is commonly referred to as a carpenter, but he's described as a tekton in the original Greek text. In other words, he was a builder. He could also be a bricklayer or a builder who lived in a 2-story house carved into the rock. Professor Dark also discovered pottery fragments that Jewish families used during that time. His fieldwork also revealed a cave church built right next to the house in the 4th century. And it was around this time Emperor Constantine declared Christianity to be the Roman Empire's official religion. Further research uncovered a 5th century church built on top of the house and the cave church. It was an intricately decorated cathedral with marble and mosaics, and it would have been the most remarkable church in Nazareth. This hypothesis matches a 7th century description of a large Byzantine church that was said to stand on the house of Jesus. Professor Dark explains the church was even much larger than the nearby Church of the Annunciation, which shows the potential significance of the cave house. It's said that the Archangel Gabriel visited Mary in the Church of the Annunciation and informed her that she would give birth to the Son of God. He admits that there is no concrete evidence that the house was where Jesus lived, but he says there is no convincing evidence that any archaeological site explicitly mentions this. He argues that there is no reason that the location of Jesus' home was not transmitted from the 1st to the 4th centuries, and based on oral tradition, the expert said, this explains the church's architecture and the cathedral that followed it. Exhibiting a house in this way was truly unusual and important, Professor Dark told Mail Online. How did the church builders know that these houses were of the 1st century if there were no traditions preserved there? There are also problems. Finding historical evidence of the life of Jesus Christ is one of the longest-running pursuits in archaeology, as there is no definitive evidence that he ever existed. And this is on World News. Please leave your from Tangale24. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.